Imagine a heavy piece of industrial equipment, like a conveyor belt feeding a rock crusher, that spans an entire facility. Because of its sheer size, operators need to be able to control it from multiple, separate physical locations. This creates an immediate engineering problem. How do you wire two independent sets of start and stop buttons to control one single massive motor, without those controls overriding or shorting each other out? To solve this safely, we have to abandon physical wiring layouts and use industrial ladder logic. In ladder logic, safety and control are built entirely into the geometry of the circuit itself. This schematic shows our multi-station solution, starting with two main power rails, L1 on the left and L2 on the right. The circuit's objective is simple. Electrical power must find an unbroken path from L1 to L2 to energize the motor's contactor coil, labeled S1. Every single switch and component we place between those two rails acts as a gatekeeper, deciding exactly when that motor is allowed to turn on. Let's look at the first rule. All stop buttons must be placed at the very beginning of the rung, wired in series. These are normally closed switches. By default, they allow power to flow freely right through them without any human intervention. This creates an immediate safety mechanism. If an operator at either station presses their stop button, it physically breaks the chain. The current stops dead. Wiring them in series creates a strict Boolean AND logic. The circuit can only operate if operator 1 and operator 2 leave their stop buttons alone. Next, we add the start buttons. Unlike our safety stops, these are normally open. They physically block power until someone actually presses them. Rule 2 dictates that start buttons are wired in parallel. The current reaches this node, branches out, and waits. Because of this parallel structure, pressing either start button completes the path. The power rushes through and finally reaches the S1 coil. Right before it hits L2, it passes through the overload relay, a final hardware failsafe designed to pop open if the motor overheats. This parallel wiring yields a Boolean OR function, creating independent, non-conflicting entry points to command the system. But we have a physical problem. These are spring-loaded push buttons. What happens the millisecond the operator takes their finger off that start button? The spring would open the switch and the motor would instantly shut off. To prevent that, we install a holding contact. When the S1 coil receives power, it acts as an electromagnet, instantly sucking the secondary parallel holding contact closed. The operator releases the start button, but the circuit remembers to stay on by routing current through the new alternate path. This is a latch. It is the mechanism that allows a momentary human command to translate into sustained machine action. Let's see the system run. Operator 2 hits start. The coil energizes, the latch grabs hold, and the machine keeps running. Then, in emergency, operator 1 hits their stop button. The series chain breaks, killing the coil, which immediately drops the latch. The system is now safely reset. Even when the stop button is released, the machine sits totally dead until a brand new start sequence is deliberately initiated. Back to the original engineer's notes, there are two defining rules. Rule 1, stops are wired in series, guaranteeing any stop button de-energizes the rung. Rule 2, starts and holding contacts are wired in parallel, creating the Boolean OR function to hold the circuit. By mastering these two structural rules, you can confidently read, trace, and troubleshoot multi-station motor logic in any industrial setting.